Hello, everyone. My name is Daqing Zhao. I'm a professor at Barowsky School of Business of Dominican University of California. Today, it's my pleasure to discuss with you how artificial intelligence can be applied to Latin America businesses. And Google chief scientist once said, what is the best job uh, in the 21st century? What he says is that find something that's everywhere and cheap, ubiquitous and everywhere. And that's data. And then you find a scarce complement. What is that? That's data analysis. So that's why data scientists and data analysts and people who can use data and AI to make decisions will be the best jobs. And data are becoming much larger in volume. They also get updated much more frequently. That's velocity and variety, that these are different types of data, not just text, but clicks, page views, videos, user-generated data, and then you have audios, you have sensor data. So most of the data, 90% of the data collected by companies in the US are not analyzed. And the data are increasing in exponentially. So that's why data scientists is so much in shortage. So it does require us to change our way of thinking. A CEO and CEO said, "In God we trust, all others bring data." This is a new way of doing business. Basically, the decisions are data driven instead of traditionally intuition driven. So intuition driven, basically, the managers will decide, oh, I think this is the best thing, and they just go ahead and do it. Data driven, on the other hand, you find insights. You use data to support your choices, and then you make decisions based on data. Why companies like Google or Amazon are so successful? It's because they are pioneers in data-driven decision making. That does require the managers, everyone, to think in data, to compete on the analytics. Okay. And we have to be used to generating and using data and patterns in data, or make predictions and make forecast. So we have to get used to the idea of numbers are not deterministic. That means it's not a fixed number. For example, tomorrow's sales, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars. It could be more. It could be less. So it's a distribution. Maybe the average is several $100,000, but on a good day, on a weekend or something, it could be more. On a bad day with bad weather, snow, it could be worse. So we have to get used to these distributions. And we have to get used to using predictions and managing risk and do test and optimization. And basically, it's investigating, fully utilizing in return on investment, and let decision be evidence-based. And that's something that we need to get used to. Now, yes, McKinsey did a study in 2018. There were a lot of data shortages in talents of data scientists. That at the time is 190,000, but they also require 1.5 million data savvy managers, business managers, to make decisions. And you can see that this is not just computer scientists, not just data scientists, not just people who know statistics, but it's everybody. It's marketers, it's sales, it's operations managers, supply chain managers, you name it. Yeah, HR, it's everybody. And China, actually, if you look at China's efforts, the marketing is much more toward applied. They're more applied efforts. And I think that's what developing countries should do, right? And in Latin America, you have accessible to Google Cloud, or Amazon AWS, or Microsoft Azure, and all the cloud computing. And there's so many opportunities, and you don't need to do the hard work. So a lot of the hard works have been done for you. Yeah, you just need to customize so that you produce different kinds of solutions, such as in healthcare, in fintech, a lot of, in bank, actually, in China, actually, there are these technology companies that will help local banks to do customer profile, analysis, to do risk management, and they share the profit. And I'm sure that in Latin America there are similar situations, and then you have a big base. You have hundreds of millions of Spanish-speaking people, and so you have that scale, and you can do marketing, yeah, and you can try to stamp out corruptions. You can identify criminals, through technology, transportation, optimizing the highway, agriculture, supply chain as, North America and South America are more integrated. You can help environment, monitor the environment. So there are so many things. And of course, last not least is education, make things more so there are so many things that people can do. Yeah, you can help other people to increase the smartphone adoption. That will help them, to build the digital infrastructure. Yeah, you can use cloud computing and all that. So here I'm going to tell you there are different types of data scientists. There are traditional, domain experts, right? These are people who do marketing, sales, finance, HR. They are scientists, they're government officials, and then you have IT engineers, and but you also have people who are data scientists, but they're not infrastructure builders, but they are experts in telling stories of data. It could be about your customers. It could be about, the environment. It could be about sciences. It could be about pollution. Could be about healthcare. They're domain experts, that are also data scientists. But you also have business executives. These are our managers, stakeholders. They are able to invest, make decisions using data and analytics. Yeah. And business processes not easily replaceable. And so there are lots of opportunities, right? And there are these, data scientists that are built these platforms. I would say most people should not, let professors, universities, graduate students, PhDs do these. And we can do the customization. We can do the application. We can use AI and data, and we care about local causes. These are businesses, our government, our society, to use AI to change our world, basically, right? Yeah, and we decide what data to collect. And these things are not necessarily need to be done by a computer scientist, right? And we know better, these different causes, finance, environments, marketing, doctors, and we can customize. Remember the big language model? We can just use a few examples. We can customize large language models into solutions that are useful. So the challenge actually here is quite broad. Is not just producing these AI models, but how we can apply AI models and do a little bit customization, which is not that hard. Actually, you don't need a computer science degree. And you just need to learn a little bit about technology, but you already know about your business, right? And to really solve business problems, to produce that big impact. Okay. And so here I'm just gonna give you a few examples. This is Macy's. This is personalization. So sending emails, everyone has a different version based on the products that are recommended. So all these ones in the circles are, personalized. These are, emails. Some people get big and tall. We have to identify who are big and tall, men, who are regular sized men, and also their brand and all that. Yeah. Uh, so a lot of these, they need to be test and optimization. This is basically, we have a few choices. We have different marketing, messages. We want to see which one perform better. Before we just used our head, we use our guts, but now we can test using data and AI. Okay. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Basically, the basic conclusion is that there's so many opportunities. Okay. And every few years, we have new opportunities. It is our responsibility as business managers, as stakeholders, to change our way of thinking, to learn how to use technology to change our world. Yeah. And we should focus not just on the computer science, the data, the hardcore science part, but also how to apply them. And those are the things that we do better because we know our local issues, we know our businesses, and we care. And we have all these infrastructure, cloud computing platforms, modeling techniques, large language models, and we just need to learn a little bit. And of course, we need to know how to manage business using AI, using data. And I think if we just, learn something, learn a little bit, and we don't have to learn all these computer science. We don't need a PhD or master's in computer science. And we can really, be entrepreneurs, be game changers, change the world for better. Thank you. That's all. And I wish you good luck.